A seismic shift is happening right now in the world of coding tools. Open knowledge? It's more than just another productivity tool. This is an open source powerhouse, and it's set to change everything about how developers and creators work. Imagine a platform that combines the best of Notion and Obsidian, but strips away the corporate barriers. Open Knowledge offers an AI-first approach that's designed with one thing in mind: streamlining your workflow. Need to organize your code snippets or collaborate on projects? This tool pulls it all together seamlessly, giving you a boost in productivity that's hard to match. But here's the kicker. It's not just about functionality. It's about empowerment. Developers are tired of the limitations imposed by closed-source giants. Open Knowledge shatters that mold. It invites you to mold and shape it to your specific needs. This isn't just a tool. It's a movement toward greater freedom in development. And it doesn't stop there. The implications ripple outward. As more creators flock to this open-source alternative, we might be witnessing the first steps toward a more collaborative, interconnected ecosystem of tools. Think about the possibilities: faster iterations, more innovative projects, and a community-driven approach that puts you in control. But what does this mean for established giants in the productivity space? Can they adapt quickly enough to keep up? Or will they be left scrambling in Open Knowledge's wake? That's the question that's keeping industry leaders awake at night. You thought the revolution in coding tools was all about new interfaces and workflows, but what's really accelerating this revolution is the introduction of smart model routing for AI platforms. We're talking Claude, Codex, and Cursor, the big players. This new feature optimizes how these models interact based on task requirements. It's like having a super smart traffic cop directing the flow of AI tasks. But what does this mean for the future of AI development? The implications are huge. With smart model routing, developers can focus on what they do best: creating. The AI handles the heavy lifting, routing tasks to the most suitable model in real time. As we speak, this technology is being rolled out, and the results are promising. A quote from the research stands out: optimizing how these models interact based on task requirements. That's the key. But here's the question: what happens when this technology becomes the norm? Do we see a seismic shift in how AI is developed and deployed? The answer, much like the future of AI itself, remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the introduction of smart model routing is raising the stakes. You're now wondering, can open source alternatives like Open Knowledge keep up with this level of innovation? Vocabulary: optimization, revolution, interaction, acceleration. DeepSeek Flash is shaking things up. Forget everything you thought you knew about the economics of AI deployment. This isn't just another tool, it's a seismic shift. They're rolling out a new economic model, one that's poised to disrupt traditional paradigms in the agent product space. What does this mean for you? It means a potential redefinition of value in AI services. Consider this. Existing models often rely on rigid pricing structures based on usage or access. DeepSeek Flash is flipping that script. Their approach offers a flexible pricing model that aligns costs with performance and efficiency. Think about it: paying for exactly what you use and only when it's beneficial. This could change the way businesses evaluate AI investments. A quote from DeepSeek's lead economist says it all: our goal is to make AI not just accessible, but economically sensible for everyone. Now, let's unpack the implications. If this model catches fire, we could see a significant uptick in AI adoption across industries. Companies hesitant to invest due to high fixed costs may finally take the plunge. The barrier to experimentation is crumbling. But there's a catch. This model relies on precise performance metrics and transparency, which opens the door to a new level of scrutiny. So, the burning question remains: can DeepSeek Flash be the catalyst for widespread AI adoption? If they can pull this off, we might just witness a tidal wave of innovation in AI products. And if they don't, the future could look very different. What will it take to get there? Vocabulary: disrupt, economics, deployment, adoption. Everyone's raving about the latest advancements in AI coding tools. But let's hit pause. There's a brewing storm in the AI development community, and it's called the open weights conundrum. The buzz is real. Open source models like Open Knowledge are gaining traction. They're designed to rival giants like Notion and Obsidian. Developers are excited. Why? Because they promise greater flexibility and control. No more being tethered to a single company's vision. But here's the kicker. While open source models are on the rise, closed source LLMs, backed by massive tech companies, are getting stronger every day. You might think, who cares? More options mean better tech. But hold on. This is where the disparity starts to bite. Closed source models are fortified with resources and data that open weights simply can't compete with. Think about it. How can smaller developers innovate when they're constantly playing catch-up? It's a David versus Goliath situation, and Goliath has deep pockets. But here's the twist. The gap isn't just about resources. It's about trust, transparency, and long-term sustainability. Developers want to build on something they can understand and modify. When they're forced to rely on closed systems, they're not just losing control, they're losing their ability to innovate. So, what does this mean for the future of AI development? Are we heading towards a world where only the big players dominate the landscape? Or is there a path for open source models to break through and reshuffle the cards? The stakes are high. The implications are profound. And you have to ask yourself, which side will you choose? Everyone's buzzing about efficiency. Sure, AI coding tools like Claude and Codex are making developers faster, smarter. But here's the kicker. It's not just about speed. It's about power. A seismic shift is happening beneath the surface of this tech revolution. Take Open Knowledge, for example. It's not just another productivity tool. It's an open source alternative to giants like Notion and Obsidian. This isn't just a new player, it's an uprising. Developers and creators are finding themselves in control. The tools they use are now in their hands, not locked behind corporate paywalls. But with that power comes responsibility. What about those left in the dust, though? The gap between open-weight LLMs and closed-source models is growing. It's a conversation that needs to be had. Developers using closed-source tools might be at a disadvantage, shackled by limitations while their open-source counterparts innovate at lightning speed. The question is, who's really benefiting from this shift? The agile, open-source pioneers, or the heavyweights clinging to their proprietary models? DeepSeek Flash has entered the fray with a new economic model for agent products, aiming to disrupt the status quo. But what cost? As we rush toward this brave new world, will we see a more equitable landscape, or will the power dynamics tilt even further in favor of those who can afford to play? It's a ticking clock. As these advancements reshape the development ecosystem, the stakes are rising. The real drama? Who gets to thrive, and who gets left behind in this AI revolution? The dust is settling. What does that mean for you? It's clear. The future of AI development isn't a straight path. It's a winding road shaped by groundbreaking advancements in coding tools. You need to grasp this if you want to stay ahead. Open Knowledge is rising as a powerhouse. An open-source alternative to Notion, it's not just about replacing tools. It's streamlining workflows for developers and creators. Imagine this. Less clutter, more focus. That's the promise here. Why does this matter? Because the more accessible these tools become, the faster innovation can unfold. You're not just a user, you're part of a movement. And then there's smart model routing. Claude, Codex, and Cursor are introducing features that optimize interactions based on task requirements. Think about that for a second. Your AI tools are getting smarter. They're learning how to serve you better. It's not just about having powerful models. It's about leveraging them efficiently. This is the kind of advancement that can redefine your entire development process. But here's the kicker. DeepSeek Flash is shaking up the economics of AI deployment. This new economic model for agent products could disrupt everything we thought we knew. What happens when economic barriers fall? The floodgates open for experimentation and creativity. The intersection of open-source innovation, intelligent routing, and evolving economics is where the future lies. You need to be paying attention. If you want to stay ahead of this curve, subscribe for the insights that matter. Don't get left behind in the dust. The next wave of AI is coming, and you want to ride it.